If you follow the news, you've seen the headlines. Democratic backsliding, military coups, leaders clinging to power across Africa. It's pretty easy to assume the whole democratic project on the continent is failing. But what if I told you the people's desire for democracy is actually stronger than ever?
So that's the big question, right? Are citizens, frustrated with the way things are, just turning away from democratic ideals altogether? It's a compelling story, for sure, but new data suggests it might not be the whole story.
Okay, let's dive into this. A huge 39-country survey by Afrobarometer gives us a direct line to what citizens across the continent are actually thinking. And honestly, the findings reveal this fascinating and frankly pretty urgent paradox. So first up, let's unpack the central puzzle, what's really at the heart of African governance today, the democratic paradox. Here's the thing. The story isn't just one of simple decline. It's a story of a growing disconnect. There's this chasm opening up between the high demand for democracy from the people and the pretty low supply of it from their leaders. Let's start with the demand side. And here's the good news. Because despite all the challenges, the data shows an incredibly robust, really resilient demand for democracy. Get this, on average, a remarkable 2/3 of Africans across all these countries say democracy is preferable to any other kind of government. I mean, that is a powerful, continent-wide consensus. And this isn't just some vague preference. We're talking huge majorities actively rejecting the alternatives. 80% reject one-man rule, 78% reject one-party rule, and even with coups all over the headlines, 2/3 still oppose military rule. Now, you might think people would be willing to trade accountability for a government that just kind of gets things done. But what's happening is the exact opposite. The number of people who say it's more important for a government to be accountable has actually grown by 9 points in the last decade. So the demand isn't just there, it's deepening. But that really strong demand is running headfirst into a harsh reality. So let's look at the other side of the paradox, the supply of democracy. And here it is, that gap, in stark numbers. While 66% of people want democracy, only 37% are actually satisfied with how it's working in their country. I mean, that's not just a gap, it's a chasm. And that chasm is getting wider. Over the past decade, satisfaction with democracy has dropped by 11 percentage points. People are just getting more and more disillusioned with how their democratic systems are performing. So this growing dissatisfaction is starting to have real consequences. It's creating cracks in that solid foundation of democratic support we just saw. And some of these are, deeply concerning. Take a look at this. A majority of Africans, 53%, would actually tolerate military intervention if their elected leaders abuse power. Now, this doesn't mean they want permanent military rule, but it shows just how frustrated they are with unaccountable leaders. It's a critical warning sign that, support for democracy has its limits. So what's driving this dangerous trend? Is it all about empty pockets, or is it about broken politics? Well, the data gives us a surprisingly clear answer. It turns out the analysis reveals a crucial insight. The answer lies not so much in economics, but in political performance. Okay, so here's the key insight. Think of it like this. Your day-to-day satisfaction with democracy is fragile, right? It can get shaken by a bad economy or corrupt officials, but your fundamental support for democracy as the best system is remarkably resilient. It holds up even when your wallet is empty. This is the crucial takeaway. What truly erodes people's core commitment to democracy isn't a bad economy. It's bad politics. And the data points to specific culprits. We're talking about rising corruption, elections that feel unfair, presidents who act like they're above the law, and a general failure to apply rules to everyone equally. These are the political failures chipping away at that foundation of democratic support. So, what does this all mean for the future? Well, the report summarizes the whole situation with a really powerful metaphor. And this just captures it perfectly. There is a deep, deep well of democratic support to draw from, but it's being drained by poor political performance. And the thing is, it's not bottomless. The message from all this data just couldn't be clearer. If you want to secure democracy's future, the supply needs to start matching the demand. Leaders have to deliver the accountable, transparent, and law-abiding governance that their people are so obviously asking for. So, in the end, this isn't a story of citizens giving up on an ideal. It's a story of them demanding it becomes a reality. The big question is, will those in power actually listen before that well runs dry?